point in time. With that, we'd like to go to our weekly show with Tanvi Goyal of Oz India Travels. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to this exciting travel update. And this is our 8th episode, believe you or not. Yes, we're going well. And there's so much to talk about, so much that's happening out there, and so much information that really needs to be said. And thank you to Tanvi from Oz India Travel for sharing that information with us on a weekly basis, being very consistent. So welcome to the show, Tanvi.
Thank you so much, Umeshji, and thank you everyone for such an overwhelming response. Really love to see all your comments and all your questions. And yeah, I have tried to bring all the questions this week as well. So thank you very much for listening to us on Australian Indian Radio. We are really very, very grateful.
And thank you very much. And as we always say and maintain, there's anything we say here is general advice. And for your specific case, you will probably need to contact Tanvi, or, you can contact your choice of agent as well. But get that information. What we say here, what we discuss here is by nature of general information.
Yeah, rightly said, Umeshji. So, guys, all the information provided by us or shared in this video, these all are general information purposes only. So, please, for all the up-to-date information, check the relevant websites because rule may change anytime.
And excellent, that's excellent. So, Tanvi, let's go right into the show. So, what are the main updates for this week? What's been happening?
Okay, there are lots and lots of things happening, Umeshji. I was checking all my updates and I'm like, oh my God, I have to select which one to really go for. So let's do the main one. So I know, guys, many of you are really very, very keen to know that what's happening with the New Zealand and Trans-Tasman bubble. So, guys, there are quite a few updates, and I'm sure it will be, it's really a good hope for all of us. So there was a new update that's came up by the Prime Minister. New Zealand Prime Minister announced the agreement between Australia and New Zealand and said we're going to have a quarantine-free travel from Australia sometime first quarter of 2021. And she didn't mention actually any date. She just said, okay, it's going to be maybe after first quarter of next year. And guess what? As soon as this report came up, Virgin Australia came up, said, okay, we're going to have another sale coming up for New Zealand. They'll have 70 weekly services from Australia to New Zealand. And they put that on sale already starting from 28th of March 2021. So, guys, this is really amazing news. Like I mentioned in last episode as well, that we are expecting another meeting next week. So maybe close to Christmas, we'll have a bit more idea. But this is really amazing news to see that New Zealand flights are already there in market for us to buy. And hopefully we should be able to fly around 28th of March onwards. That's amazing. One more news came from Queensland Premier, and it says, yeah, she said we are welcoming New Zealanders because it seems out of all the states, Queensland got the maximum New Zealand visitors. So if New Zealand visitors coming here, you guys can stay here without quarantine 14 days. So that's really amazing. And it's already effective, guys. So that's the best thing I would say. Next up is Thailand. So I know so many of you even visit Thailand very, very regularly. So there is a new update came from there. So Australia is one of the almost 60 countries included in a new tourist visa exemption scheme, guys. Remember, Australia is one of them, which allows visitors to stay in the country for at least 45 days. And that's including your quarantine period. Now, to eligible for that, the travelers must have a certificate of entry, proof of booking, confirmation of state quarantine hotel, your health insurance covering COVID-19 for your entire stay, and the the negative report of COVID-19 test within 72 hours before departure. So these are mandatory things. I'll come back to you and update you a bit about the insurance as well. But let me tell you another amazing destination, which probably many of you are waiting to hear. That's Bali. So guys, after a long time, we heard about Bali as well. So Bali is also kind of preparing to accept us or visitors around the world. So authorities in Indonesia have launched a new safe travel program that's called Indonesia Care. To prioritize the health and safety procedures for visitors to Bali as international flights reopen. They are planning to open very soon, and how they are doing it, how they are measuring it. They are doing the regular disinfection in all the things wherever people are flying, physical distancing they're maintaining, temperature checking, and also before entering Bali, visitor must have a negative COVID test report. That's pretty much mandatory for all the countries you go to. But plus, Bali also got a QR code verification you required by the Ministry of Health at the immigration point. So this is the additional thing for Bali, but I would say that's the exciting thing that all countries are nearby neighbors, and where the places where we love to go, they all are preparing for us, I would say, so we can go and visit those places. So that's amazing. I have another one, that's Taiwan. I know many of you who are doing business, and many people are business people, especially going to Taiwan quite often from Australia, especially even from Queensland as well. I got few clients already fly often. So guys, there's a news for you as well. So authorities in Taiwan have now classified the whole Australia, remember, whole Australia and New Zealand as low risk for COVID-19 transmission. So we are really on a top list now. Meaning business travelers from both our nations can enter Taiwan with just 5 days of quarantine and a negative COVID test report. So we are good to go as soon as everything opens and there are flights for Taiwan. We can easily go to Taiwan and just do the 5 days quarantine and we are good to go. So I think it's quite exciting. Another one is that about Japan Airlines. They have unveiled a new COVID-19 insurance product. So maybe you guys remember in last few episodes we discussed about the COVID-19 insurances. Reason being that things are very unpredictable. We don't know what's happening. So airlines also trying to find out different products and different things, so we all can go home safe. So we all are safe wherever we are. So yeah, Japan Airlines also unveiled their product. They call it JL Fly Safe program, and they are covering people for up to in Australian dollars $241,000, and that also covers your payment for quarantine, repatriation costs if anything happens, and this product will be available from 23rd December onwards up till 30th June to 2021 is what they have mentioned so far. So I know they are flight wise we still have to check how they are going, but yes, I would say airlines also doing their part to make sure we all are safe in every way possible. Now coming back to the domestic airlines and airports. So Adelaide Airport has opened its Northern International Departure Terminal. That's a brand new one, and retail on course to the public. Now, the new International Departure Hall is 3 times bigger than the older facility. That means there will be a lot more spaces and a lot more facilities coming up. With departing travelers now entering security screening, that's must, and immigration processing happening from level 1, but then you have to go to level 2 to get your international departure gates. So Adelaide is expanding, especially airports, and there'll be a lot more news which we can expect in next few weeks. Now, about Jetstar, that's for our, the domestic travelers. That's a good news for you. There are so many new flights coming up. There was a recent survey, guys, which I'm very, very proud to tell you, which says around in coming year, they are expecting more than 10% increment in the domestic flights, or the 10%, a fly in domestic Australia itself, because people cannot fly internationally. So domestic is definitely picking up too fast, and we are expecting to have more than 10%, or I would say 10% more flights for domestic Australia in next year. So Jetstar mentioned that they are planning to operate more than 850 return weekly flights across 55 domestic routes by March 2021. So which is really a good news for us. that we can plan a lot more, and maybe prices will be good as well, since
Yeah.
seems like demand will be high. So yeah, we'll be having a lot of options. And there was also want to mention to you about some trip which came on deal recently. That's about Northern Territory. Probably we didn't speak much about it. That's Uluru. If you know that place, there's a resort called Voyages Isles Rock Resort. They are generally expensive ones, but these days, and some people, those who are on budget, they feel, maybe it will be expensive, but this time they came up with really special rates to you. So please check out that. So I think their room rate is around $100 or something like that. And they're also giving you free Wi-Fi, airport transfers, and there are a lot of resort activities as well. So yeah, that's amazing. And there's so many other little offers also happening around. So if you just Google it and check it, or you can call us as well. There are so many amazing things you can do, guys. Now coming back to our travel insurance, I'm sure many of you really wants to know that how the travel insurance going, because now I think people are more aware. Those who didn't want to take travel insurance before, thinking it's a wastage of money, I know those people were calling us and saying, no, this time we think it's worth it and we should take it. So guys, yeah, this is the time. Now, if you remember, we were talking about the cover more a few weeks back. And actually on 26th of November, they said they're going to have or launch some product which is going to cover COVID-19. So finally, they came up with that a few days back and said, okay, formally, they have launched that product. So you have that available now onwards. So that covers all your Aussie, trips. Whenever New Zealand becomes available, they have that, and whenever even international destination becomes available, they are gonna add that as well. It depends on the agreement between that country and how that is. And also the new benefit cover going to include the quarantine cost, the disruption to supplier cost, and all that will be included in that travel insurance. So this is about the new updates we have this week. Guys, I hope you got a bit of information in that.
Now, that is once again, you are a wealth of information there, but it is good to see that, that new wing opening up at the airport, that, it's big. So that shows that there is confidence that's coming in. And of course, other countries now allowing us to travel. And of course, the introduction, that we started the vaccine in some parts of the world and soon. So that will all happen. So we are all gearing up for the travel boom wants to happen again. Well, now, one of the questions that people keep asking us many times is, one for whom is me. I always, travel a lot on my frequent flyer points. So what's the update? Can people earn frequent flyer points while they're going on these charter flights?
No, mostly in charter flights, you cannot earn the frequent flyer points because they are privately hired charters. Even I got, even in after last episode, we got the same question asked by many people. So guys, you can't unfortunately earn this time, but stay optimistic. Whenever commercial flight starts, you would be able to use those points or earn those points, but unfortunately you can't for the charters.
Well, without taking names, some of the aircraft, airline carriers are very good. Even for my status, they have sent me that even though I've not been traveling, but my, record with them for so long, that they will maintain my status even though I haven't traveled a lot this year. Well, no one has. So anyway, so what are the updates now for, what flights do we have coming from Brisbane now?
Okay, amazing. There is one more new flight launch from Brisbane, happily. So the next one up is 20th December, like we speak last time as well, but that one is almost sold out. I think hardly 5-6 seats left, guys, if you want to fly still on that one. That's a Scoot Airlines flight. Fares start from $1,295 with 40 kilos luggage. Next is 21st December. That's almost sold out as well. Next up is, this one is Malindore. And the 1st January is Singapore Airlines. And Singapore Airlines is filling up too fast, considering, there are so many parents who wants to go on that. And Singapore is being always loving by most of the people. So, but that one is filling too fast. And right now only 47 seats left in that one. So if you want to celebrate New Year with family, make sure you have any of those flights. Otherwise, there is another charter just launched a few days back on 29th of January. for 29th of January, and fares start $1,295 for that one. Now, if you can't make to any of those flights and want to fly in between, we still have options for you, like we always share. One is Emirates. If you are happy to go with longer hauls up to 22 hours, you can go with Emirates. We have at least one direct flight going every week from Brisbane, or at least two flights from Australia, from other places as well. They give you 30 plus 7 luggage, and fare is around $1,200, $1,300 per person at this stage. And third is, guys, we can connect you to any other charter or any flight available in Australia, even though you're sitting in Brisbane or you're sitting in Adelaide or Perth as well. Let me mention you guys in Perth and Adelaide, you're not left behind. We can connect you to any charter available in Australia. And happily, Queensland also started accepting, so it's all good. And we have a lot of flights going pretty much every week up till 30th of January. So we can connect you from any any airport in Australia to any airport in India. That means you are covered. And we can get you luggage also up to 50 kilos, depending on the class you have taken. So you are well, everything will be booked before you go, so you don't have to worry about it.
50 kilos. Oh, wow. That's a lot. Yes.
Up to 50 kilos.
No, it used to be 30 kilos before, but, as you mentioned about different classes.
So 50 kilos basically in business. But in economy also we're getting 40 kilos. So that's why I said up to 50 kilos is the option, because I know there's so many students out there who are going permanently home. And I got a call from some temporarily, professionals as well here, those who are going home permanently because they're not sure about the jobs. So those guys, you have option that you can go up to 50 kilos if you need it.
Right. So that's Brisbane covered. What about Sydney? What options do they have?
So from Sydney, Mainstream, there is one more new flight launch this week. That is 30th of January, Sydney to Delhi. And the fares start from $1,195. And like we mentioned last time, there are two more flights. One is 15th January, Sydney to Bangalore. And 23rd of January, that's Sydney to Delhi. And apart from that, we have Vande Bharat mission flights also ongoing up till 20th December. I think there are a few more flights coming up in January. So there are quite a few options for people from Sydney. So there is no problem for you.
And lucky last, Melbourne, always the lucky ones. What options do they have?
So in Melbourne, really flights are filling up too fast. There is a flight today. There is one flight tomorrow. They all are completely sold out, generally 1 week before. So next one up you can buy, guys, is 28th of December. And I think that flight also hardly got 20-30 seats left. So if you want to celebrate New Year with family, make sure you book it, because the Melbourne flights are generally sold out the fastest. And after that, we have 8th of January. That's Melbourne to Delhi. 12th of January for people who are going to South Side, who want to go to Bangalore. And then we have 24th January and 29th January, Melbourne to Delhi. So there are quite a few options you have once a week at least, up till January.
Yes, Melbourne being that hub has got lots of connections. Yeah, you rightfully said. Well, of course, we've always been talking about, this is people going from Australia to India. What about the ones who have always been planning to come back from India once stuck in India? So what's their status at this point in time, or what options and updates do we have for them?
Umesh, it's pretty much the same, basically. So there are some flights coming, Qantas or Air India, but there is no option with us to book, or basically DFAT is calling people. So everyone must register with DFAT, that's Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. And once you register, you keep getting email from them about the updates, about the new flights coming. So for all the Qantas flights, since they are calling passengers, so please, guys, whichever number or the email ID you have mentioned in your DFAT registration, please make sure they all are active, phone is charged, and you are checking email every couple of hours, I would say. Generally, I don't tell anyone to check your phone or email too much, because I think they are too distractive. But this time, if you check it, they won't be distractive. They will make your life. They will give you a wait back to home. So please keep checking that, because I heard from some passengers recently that they received the call from the Fed and they received the email, but they just didn't check it. Because they were not expecting it. So someone received, checked it 24 hours later, and by that time the opportunity was gone. So yeah, I would say, guys, if you are willing to come back, so make sure you are updated on pages as well. Australians stuck in India, I mentioned that before too. That's a Facebook group. You can check our page as well, Oz in Your Travel. We keep sharing there what's happening, and you can always check our episodes as well with Australian Indian Radio. I think there are some flights coming definitely up till 28th of December. In fact, I just got some information from some sources who said. Basically, some passengers called us that they were told that seems there will be some flights for Brisbane. However, we don't have any update with that. But they said, yes, there is a possibility. So those who are coming to Brisbane, please look for that option too. Just call the FAT or Australian High Commission Delhi just to find out, what options you have. So basically, guys, you have to be in touch with them and keeps yourself updated, and hopefully you will be coming back very soon. So I just want to mention one more thing here to you guys, is that please be very careful if you are thinking to come from different countries. You might be listening this, I'm mentioning pretty much every week. And there is a main reason for it that, I got a call from people saying they lost this much money. They were sent back to the country because some people are lying and, doing different things. So even though your friend has tried and succeeded coming back, still it's not a good excuse for you to use the same pathway. Because some of you have got, especially those who have infant and the kids and the older parents, guys, it's a must know from my side. We would never ever recommend you to do anything which is really not a good option, right? So wherever there is no real pathway, or it's a legal thing, I would say, because if people are lying, you might get stuck. So there are already a lot of stress, a lot of problems you have faced. Better not to invite more things. So once again, please be very careful. And I have even heard from some passengers saying he has given some credit card to somebody to book it because he was so desperate, and some money got deducted from his account, from his credit card. So be very careful. Whoever you're talking, everything must be in email, or it should be authenticated, or just check with the Australian High Commission. They would know whether the same flight coming, if it's a government operated Air India or Qantas. So yeah, just be very careful whatever you're choosing. Rest, everything will be fine. So once again, guys, I think things are really improving day by day. All I can say, especially in last 2-3 months, we can see there are a lot more people receiving calls. A lot more people, came here. They could bring their little kids. So things are improving. So I think we have to be just a little bit more patient. But yeah, things are improving and you should be fine. So just keep checking emails, and hopefully you will be back home very soon.
Yes, you quite rightfully said there that we need to do the right thing, because
Yep.
otherwise there's so much problems. And of course, once we do things like that, people that have been caught lying, they spoil it for others as well. So they
Yep.
they spoil it for other people as well. And of course, we need to be very, very careful, as we said there. Now, people who manage to get on flights and things like that, or are planning the flights, what would be the tips for these people at this point in time, as we now, and we have discussed it, that these points keep changing every week as the restrictions and the rules change. So what are the tips for people at this point in time?
Umeshji, the very first tip I would like to give to everyone listening here is, guys, if you have bought normal flights, the commercial flights before, and your flight got cancelled, or you are thinking to be reissue it, please apply for your refund if you are eligible for it. Okay, because all airlines have a certain deadline, and maybe if you cross that deadline and you are even eligible to get the refund, you won't be able to get it. Okay, so later on, you keep chasing them and things, it won't work. So I even got a call from a lot of passengers saying, we still want to keep that because we won't get much refund, or some airlines are not giving refund. So whenever you are not eligible, you can definitely keep that ticket and make it open as long as you can, because you will not get your refund. But whenever, guys, there is a possibility to get the refund from any airlines, wherever you book, whether you booked through us or through other travel agents or even airlines, make sure to apply for your refund. If Because we don't know when the commercial flights are going to start, because at this stage we can see some flights coming, showing online as well. Some may start in March, but by that time maybe your ticket is expired. That means you cannot apply for refund. So I would highly recommend you all to apply for your refund if you have bought that commercial flight and you are eligible for it. So that's the main thing. After that, guys, about the charter flight. So some of you might get confused about whether you can get refund in charter or not. We have also discussed it before, but let me tell you once again, guys, in all the charter flights, mostly 100% money is non-refundable, whether you have paid deposit or you have paid the full amount. Some companies sometimes give you some option, but there is no standard pattern for it. Sometimes people buy business class. Some companies said, okay, we might 14 days before we'll deduct $400-500 and pay you remaining money. Some airlines say, some charter says, okay, if flight is sold out and there is someone else there, you might give a substitute and pay some penalty and you get it back. But as a standard thumb rule, remember, guys, mostly all charter flights are non-refundable. It's just your luck that if some offer comes up and there is someone else is very desperate to go, that it will be swept. But in most cases, as a standard rule, you might not able to get even a 1 cent back for any of your charter flights. Okay, so this is very, very important. Now, I also want to mention about the wheelchair assistance, because this week also for the same flight, one flight, we received more than 200 requests, while airlines has a very limited wheelchairs. So we would like to request you once again, please apply wheelchair only if it's important for you. For our charters, we generally create a WhatsApp group as well, where we ask you to maybe merge with some younger person who can help you to check out, or who can help you to board the domestic flight in India or in Australia. So please try to find out companion if possible, because this is a very good idea to have a companion, because you can sit with that person, and apart from only getting the assistance, you will have a friend forever, I would say. So I would recommend you to please find a companion. In case you don't, you booked somewhere else and the WhatsApp group is not there or the Telegram group is not there, you can always post on the group Facebook groups, which is Indians stuck in Australia, or Facebook groups of your city. For example, for Brisbane, you might write Indians in Brisbane. For Sydney, you can write Sydney Indians in Sydney, Sydney Indians in Melbourne, like that. So if you post there and you need a companion, in most cases, you would be able to find a companion from there. So I would say, please do try to do some companionship rather than applying wheelchair just for language or assistant purposes. Try to use this service only for medical reasons, so we can give to the parents who really needs it. So this is something I would request you all to do it. And also, once again, I would like to emphasize that those who are stuck in India, please register yourself with defect. Since there are so many people who think they're not aware, and they think no, it won't work because other people are not getting calls. It's not like that, guys. It's still, at least you have to register. If you just think that people not receiving calls for months, nothing is happening, you're not getting updates, that does not mean that you lose the hope. I would say still register yourself with defect and be optimistic, have some hope that yes, you're going to come back very soon, and I'm sure you'll be back in next few months because things are improving. And last but not all, I would like to tell you all, guys, doesn't matter whether you booked with us with All India Travel or not, we are there to help you. You can source all our last episode. This is our 8th episode. I'm really very, very happy and proud to tell you. And you can see all our last episode, which has got basically all minor details we have discussed in these episodes. You can check on Australian Indian radio page every Thursday morning, 10 o'clock. You can check on our page, Oz India Travel. You can also check our YouTube channel on Oz India Travel, where we have posted, and that will tell you that's episode number 1, 2, 3. You can see the whole thing, and that will give you more ideas. So it doesn't matter, guys, wherever you have booked, we are there to help you. Even you don't have to book with us, you just can call and say, Tanvi, I need this. We got a team as well sitting there to help you. We got the local numbers as well. Start from 07, you can see on the screen, and I'm gonna put one post as well. And we have a mobile number as well. That's our hotline. You can send a text message. You can call us. You can WhatsApp us, which is 040-440-3264. And you can jump on our website as well, guys. If you can't call us, just jump on our website. That is www.ozindiatravel.com.au. We have option where you can just write your number, we'll call you back, or you can submit your requirement, we'll give you a call back. So there are so many other venues where how you can contact us. You can write on our Facebook page as well, on our messenger as well. So please don't feel alone. We are there with you. We are in this together, and we'll try to bring you all the updates possible and trying to help you every way possible. So don't worry about that. And I would say just stay blessed and stay safe. And don't forget to write the comments, share this video, like this video, so it can go to all of your friends and everyone in community, and they know that, okay, this is what's happening. So right, guys, I would say one thing these days, awareness is the main thing. If you are a friend with someone and you're giving them the right information, that means you are true friends. So you have to share the best information and right informations to your friends, so that they are aware and they take the informed decisions. So with that, let's stay blessed and be happy, and Jai Hind.
Jai Hind. Once again, thank you very much, Tanvi. That's been wonderful. Great information once again there. And a very good point you made there, that if you are real friends with your friends, information is knowledge. Knowledge is power. So please do say it around. Until next week, it's goodbye.